Hello and welcome to No Rest for the Weekend. I'm Jason Godbey, and today on the program, we're going to be talking about some films coming up here in the fall/winter of 2025. And to help me do that, the man, the myth, the legend, No Rest for the Weekend's own, Mr. Yasin Lago.
How you doing, folks?
Welcome, buddy.
Thank you.
That was such an understated response to the intro.
Yeah. I'm a humble man.
You're a humble man. Now, we did this earlier in the year with Eric McClanahan talking about the summer films. We did a lot of those films, and we're going to do something similar here. So I'm going to talk about the film. I'm going to give you an IMDb description, and you're going to tell me whether you want to see it, as in see it in the theater, stream it, as in watch it on streaming, or skip it altogether. And this is based on Rotten Tomatoes' most anticipated films of 2025, and the descriptions are all from IMDb. All right, let's get into it. First one, we got The Long Walk. It's coming out on September 12th, directed by Francis Lawrence. It stars Cooper Hoffman and Mark Hamill is in it. The description is a group of teenage boys compete in an annual contest known as The Long Walk, where they must maintain a certain walking speed or get shot.
It sounds very straightforward, but it actually is a lot more complicated than that.
It's based on a novel or a short story by Stephen King?
It is based on a novel by his alter ego.
Oh, this was the Richard Bachman year.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So this is an older book. This is like early 80s maybe this came out?
Yeah. And for Stephen King fans, kind of a deep dive. And that's the problem with me here with this one, in that I'm sort of biased. I've been kind of waiting for this for many years. So the fact that it's coming out with frankly a very strong production, Francis Lawrence, he doesn't play around, and Mark Hamill he's doing his villain best in this one. And the setup really is interesting in that it's not a movie about a bunch of kids who are trying to eliminate each other to win. It just the opposite. They're trying to keep themselves together because they know that the only way that any of them are going to survive is with each other. I would imagine going to be some of the most heartbreaking scenes that you're going to see come out of what is going to be kind of sold as a horror movie, but I think, like Weapons, it shouldn't be sold that way. It should be sold as a thriller. It should be sold as commentary.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely sounds like it's making some social commentary.
Definitely.
It feels like what group of sadists got together to make up this game?
Just one, and his name is Stephen King.
Did you want to see it, stream it, or skip it?
Oh, well, that's what. As I said, I'm biased. I have to go see it.
You have to go see it.
I have to go see it in a theater. And I think it's one of those that can go either way. In the theater, I think you're going to have a sort of a sort of community with folks that are going to be sort of cheering on these folks, and you kind of want to be there for that. But I think also there's going to be some folks who are going to sit at home with this and just cry.
Right.
Because I think there's going to be
maybe take it at their own pace.
Yes, absolutely. It's a tough movie, even in the trailer. And I think when they play it out, you're going to see that it's a heavy load.
All right. So next up, we got this film called American Sweatshop. Comes out on September the 19th, and it stars Lily Reinhart. She comes from Riverdale. She's one of the CW shows. This is about social media and platforms. So I saw the trailer for this. It looked interesting. So a look at the toll of social media through the eyes of Daisy Moriarty, who, while dealing with her chaotic personal life, finds herself sucked into the underbelly of the internet. So basically her job is she's one of the monitors on like a YouTube or another video streaming platform. And if something's inappropriate content, they flag it and delete it. So if you posted, like in the trailer, somebody sees a video of a beheading and they have to delete it off the platform. And she sees something that is particularly heinous. I think it deals with like the sexual assault of a young woman, and she freaks out and she's trying to get somebody to do something about this video. And her bosses are just like, well, you did your job, you deleted it. And she's going to go the extra mile to try to get the police involved and things like that. This is another commentary piece on our time. I don't know if this sort of thing happens, but it sounds awful. Like the situation just sounds cruel and awful.
If it's not happening, it will. It's kind of one of those setups. Like, well, folks, that's how kind of some of the business models are being set up, and in this sort of. Well, if we can get to it, we can delete it. If not, then we'll just run it to millions of people. And I think at this moment in time, when we're trying to find out just how ethical, some of these platforms are. The thing with me is that I'm willing to stream it, but the problem is that it's so the subject is so relevant to right now that it's like go see it before
It's not relevant.
Yeah, before the business model changes and the algorithm tells you that there is something completely different going on.
Interesting. Yeah, I think it would be a stream it for me. It sounds interesting. I don't know a lot of the people in it, but I'd be willing to give it a shot.
There's a lot of young up and comers, but
Right.
A lot of interesting faces. I even caught the rat catcher from the Suicide Squad. She's going to be in it. I'm not going to butcher her name. Apologies.
Yeah, she was great in Suicide
She's
Squad.
absolutely
The Suicide
great.
Squad.
She's a bit of a chameleon. She appears in a couple different places that you wouldn't recognize her. So it'll be interesting to see what she delivers from that.
The next one is A Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey, starring Margot Robbie and Colin Farrell, a bunch of other good people as well. I saw the trailer for this, and it could really go either way. So the log line is an imaginative tale of two strangers and the unbelievable journey that connects them. So basically, you're with Colin Farrell and Margot Robbie. They meet. They have sort of a meet cute at a place, a party. And then Colin Farrell is driving, and his car's GPS asks him, "Do you want to have a big, bold, beautiful journey?" And he says yes. And the car leads him to Margot Robbie. They meet, they drive out to the middle of nowhere, and then there's like a series of doors that lead them through different parts of like their childhood. Colin Farrell goes back to high school, and so it's real kind of whimsy kind of stuff.
Like a Charlie. I want to see Charlie Kaufman, maybe Spike Jones, maybe something somewhere.
It doesn't look like it's got the edge of Charlie Kaufman, though.
Okay, well,
it's much more. It's much
more whimsical.
Much more whimsy, and I saw it and I was like, it's sort of a fantasy romance kind of thing.
What struck me was the co-stars as Jodie Taylor-Smith, she's good in everything, and Phoebe
Waller-Bridge.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge, which I mean, okay, I'm not really sure what's going on there, but you've got like the great rom-com supporting cast, so okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's it's kind of. I mean, it's almost like you're asking me about a musical, which I kind of I saw it. It's not my thing, but to say that I don't, because Wicked I thought was great. Mind you, this is not a musical. It's just
it could be.
It's just right there.
It's got a thing. It feels like it could be kind of like if somebody broke into song, you would not be the least bit surprised.
No. Well, yeah. Colin Farrell. I think if he broke into song, I wouldn't say no, but I would.
Yeah,
I would be surprised.
I'm probably going to skip this one. Yeah. But if anything, I would say it's probably going to be a stream it for a lot of people. I don't see a ton of people. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. I'm not exactly like the greatest predictor of box office over here.
I'll tell the other thing. If it's anything like his first feature, the director's first feature, which is called Columbus.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
Anybody? Right. It's a independent, off the beaten path sort of movie, and it moves nice and slow. But there are some Columbus fans out there. And you know who you are.
Okay.
If it's anything like that, then okay, that's cool. But because it's also one of those sort of like very slow moving, we're just going to follow the characters kind of movie. This one seems to be a lot more.
Is it more Hollywood? You think?
Maybe a little bit more Hollywood, a little more plot driven.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just I saw this and I was like, I don't think it's for me. Mm-hmm. All right, moving on. Now this one looked interesting. It's got a very simple title, Him, and This is coming out also on September 19th. Now, the director is Justin Tipping,
Right.
but it's Jordan Peele's production company. It's coming
Yes.
out from Monkey's Paw. So Tariq Withers and Marlon Wayans and Julia Fox are in it. We interviewed Julia Fox at Newfest one year. So this is the story of a young athlete who descends into a world of terror when he's invited to train with a legendary champion whose charisma curdles into something darker. Now, the champion is Marlon Wayans. It's a really different sort of role for him. Appears to me as like if I didn't see the trailer, you think you're watching one movie about this upcoming, star athlete, and then it turns into like a horror film.
Right.
So it looked interesting.
Yes.
What do you think? Is this one of your obligatory see it films because it's Monkey's Paw?
Well, because there is that. I saw the first time I saw the trailer, I thought, okay, what is this? And then the second time I saw it, I thought, yeah, there seems to be this sort of one movie that you're kind of walking into, but it's actually disguised as
It's almost
another.
it's almost got like a Psycho structure.
It's got it, yeah, or there's like another room to the sunken place,
Right.
And it's this football camp where they basically teach you how to be stars.
So you're going to go see this one.
I'm going to go see this one. I'm not sure if I'm telling everyone else to, but yeah, it's what you call it. I will go see it.
Yeah, it didn't seem appealing to me, but then I know that this is definitely going to get an audience. That people are going to dig this one. So a lot of people are going to go see it or stream it, I think. And also because it's in that horror genre, it's like there's a built-in audience of people who just go see everything. You're kind of a part of that audience.
Well, I absolutely am, and I'm not 100% sure on the exact date. It's September.
September 19th.
Okay, yeah. So it's like it's not coming
quite
out in October.
yeah.
It's not taking advantage of the October, which is okay because I think it's trying to also make a social commentary about stars and
I think it's
we
trying to be
consider,
more than a horror film.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to yet another horror film coming out at the end of September on the 26th. Now, this is a sequel, The Strangers Chapter 2. It's directed by Rennie Harlan, who I hadn't seen in many moons at this point. He's normally known as an action director, like that's kind of his thing. Then he made that big pirate movie with Gina Davis, and he didn't work for like 20 years.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if it was like a career, like stopping, but you never know.
I think he was kind of in movie.
Scenes.
I think he was in movie jail for a while. So this is Chapter 2 of The Strangers. I did not see the first one. On the final day of their cross-country trip, a couple's vehicle breaks down, forcing them to take refuge at a remote Airbnb. As night falls, 3 masked strangers terrorize them until dawn. So it is what it says on the tin.
Good times, yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, this is the third one. There was a movie originally called The Strangers. Then they went back and they started to be a trilogy of prequels. I'm not sure if they all stay within the range of the first movie. So there's a part 1, there's a part 2, and at some point there's a part 3 coming.
Okay.
Which is what I understand. I don't know, unless part 2 doesn't do well, but I can't see that because it has a very big following.
Are you going to go see this one? Do you think people are going to see it?
I got to tell you,
maybe it's more of a stream it.
For me, it is because I'm going to be honest, and I don't know for sure, but am I going to see anything new? Am I going to see anything different that didn't creep me out from the first 2? I'd be surprised. They probably might have a couple of what we call good kills in horror movies, but yeah, I'm going to stream it.
Yeah, for me, it's a skip it because I wasn't interested in any of these films, but it's not my cup of tea. But you know who you are.
Right.
For the audience, you know who you are.
Absolutely.
All right, so now I have another film that looked really good, and this I didn't get from the Rotten Tomatoes list. This is called Dead of Winter. It's directed by Brian Kirk, also coming out on the 26th. Stars Emma Thompson and Jodie Greer, and this is a really different film for Emma Thompson. When you think of Emma Thompson, you think of like comedy, the Jane Austen thing that she did, the period stuff she did with Merchant Ivory, and she's very funny. This is a straight up thriller, and it looked really interesting. So the plot of this, and this is from IMDb as well, a woman traveling alone through snowbound northern Minnesota interrupts a kidnapping of a teenage girl. Hours from the nearest town with no phone service, she realizes that she is the young girl's only hope. She's out on the ice spreading a loved one's ashes, and she stumbles upon this guy, and he sees this guy pointing a gun at this woman's head, and she follows him back to their house, and we find that him and his girlfriend are keeping the girl in their basement. We don't know why. And Emma Thompson says, she's going to like try to save this girl. Looks very harrowing, like a real nail biter of a film. We posted the movie release notice on the website. I don't know if I'm going to the theater this one, but if somebody gives me a press pass, I would I'll definitely screen it. I think this one looks really good. I'd much rather go see this than, The Strangers or something like that.
Has the Hitchcock sort of
real suspenseful,
very suspenseful. I think it kind of goes back, and I'm trying to pull the name of the movie from my head right now. But the one that she had done with her then husband. This was I want to say very early on.
You're talking the one she made with Ken Branagh?
Yes.
Dead Again.
Dead Again.
Love that movie.
Thank you. Gee, I mean,
that's a recommendation. If you guys want to see a cool movie,
I'm gonna go find that one like this weekend and just watch that again, because
watch Dead Again with Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson. It's great.
Yeah, and I believe I want to say Branagh directed it.
Yes, that was the first American picture that he directed. He had done a bunch of the Shakespeare films. He had done, I think he'd done like Henry V and things like that, and this was his first. It was sort of his American debut, and they both have American accents in it, which is crazy. But it's a real. That one's terrific.
Wonderful actors and great filmmakers.
Also, with the great Derek Jacobi, and Robin Williams is in it also. Great cast.
Dead Again. Listen, I know we're telling you to go to the movie theaters this fall, but before the fall comes around, just look up Dead Again.
And this looks good. Dead of Winter looks really good too.
Yeah.
All right, so we got another movie. Now we're getting into October. This one is called The Smashing Machine, directed by Benny Safdie. This one is a little bit unusual because I think he usually directs with his brother, the Safdie brothers.
Yes.
So this one stars Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, and it's the story of Mark Kerr, who is a MMA-type champion for the UFC. You see the trailers. Rock doesn't look like The Rock. He's got a wig on. His face looks a little bit different. I think they changed maybe his nose. Maybe there's a prosthetic there. So I guess he looks more like Mark Kerr, who's not something. I'm not an MMA guy, so I wasn't familiar with him.
I think what the makeup to me says is this is what to be. I'm trying not to be pessimistic with this, but this is Oscar bait. This is
feel free to be cynical in this room.
I
safe space.
I want to tell you because I don't want to knock him. Because I think he might have a shot. The
Rock wants to win an Oscar.
He wants to win an Oscar.
Yeah.
Safdie wants to give him an Oscar. I want to give Safdie an Oscar. Just because
look what they did for Adam Sandler in Uncut Gems.
I was just gonna say Uncut Gems, underrated.
Uncut Gems is a real gem.
It really is. That ending, what a sucker punch. It's sort of obvious in that way, but with that said, if he can do it, you go for it. The trailer, I think the trailer really works. I think you get it that you're not going to go see a wrestling movie. You're going to see a very sad story about a man breaking down and his sport not supporting him in any way.
Yeah, it's kind of reminiscent of Aronofsky's The Wrestler. Or something like that. Maybe not as pathetic as The Wrestler, but definitely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you don't have Aronofsky there.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, The Rock is. This is in his wheelhouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was in combat sports his whole life. He looks like that.
Yeah. And there's frankly there's probably a good chance that he had met him at some point.
Probably.
Because, he's always been in that world.
What do you think? Is this see it, stream it, or skip it?
It's a see it. If you're a Rock fan, go support him.
Yeah, God knows that guy needs money.
He really could listen, because if he has to go back to Fast and Furious, if he has to go back to working with Vin Diesel just one more time, he's gonna lose it. So come on, guys. Honestly, I'm probably going to stream it, but I have to see it mostly because Safdie I know is gonna give you that sucker punch.
Yeah, I think people probably will go see this because of the caliber of stars in it. For me, it's a stream it as well. All right, so we got another one coming up, and I believe this one's going to be at New York Film Festival. Julia Roberts, Andrew Garfield, and Ayo Edebiri star in After the Hunt, and this is directed by Luca Guadagnino.
Yes, who is he's kicking them out, man.
Yeah, he's like Yorgos Lanthimos, man. Those guys are like,
another name that I just will butcher what you call it, but are great filmmakers and are really doing it right now.
It's like a depression factory. It's just putting them out. All right, so this movie, I saw the trailer. I'll give you the log line here. College professor finds herself at a personal and professional crossroads when a star pupil levels an accusation against one of her colleagues, and a dark secret from her own past threatens to come to light. So basically what happens is Julia Roberts is this professor who has sort of a cult-like following. People that she gets these TAs that sort of worship her, and it's quite obvious. And Andrew Garfield is another professor. You can tell he's one of the people who worship her as well. Ayo Edebiri, and I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. She's the student, and I think she's like a TA for Julia Roberts. Andrew Garfield's character offers to walk her home one night after like a party, and she accuses him of doing something inappropriate. So, so it's a lot of that sort of academic politics, sexual politics, accusations, that kind of thing. Pure drama. I believe this one's going to screen at New York, so if it does, I'll see it there.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm shelling out $20 to see this in the theater. It's probably going to be like an Apple TV joint or something like that.
If you want to be in on the talk, online and whatnot, I think it will be one of those movies that, like, did you see this?
One of those water cooler type things.
What do you think about that? Because there's just enough people in it also to make it interesting. You can't just look at the trailer and go, I see where they're going. You really can't.
And he's not that type of director either. He's going to keep you guessing.
Yeah.
So what about you? You going to see it, stream it?
Honestly, it's so divisive for me that I'm probably, and not necessarily because I have an opinion about either way, because I don't really know what the full story is, but it just seems like it's one of these
he said, she said
stories, that like, oh boy, I tell you, I've had mine. I think for the year, Oh Hi.
Oh yeah, we reviewed that. I reviewed that for Tribeca.
Yeah, I think that one is just enough of questioning.
We came out of that one going like
a ping pong game.
Yeah.
I think it's just enough discussion to not warrant bitterness and divisiveness.
No, it's going to be
that one. I think
intellectual, banter kind of thing.
Yeah, and I think for After the Hunt, I think intellectual is definitely the word that I want to emphasize. That's the kind of conversation you're going to be having, an intellectual one. Some of us can't have it. Some of us should just stay out of it.
Yeah, I think it's going to appeal, like you said. I think it's going to appeal to a certain type of viewer, certain type of audience. I also think, and welcome to the cynical corner, it's going to appeal to Academy voters.
Yes. Yeah, well, there's just too many people in it to not. You've got some real Oscar caliber. Julia Roberts has won an Oscar. I think Edebiri, did she win she's already won an Emmy for like The Bear. Yes.
I'm not sure if Garfield's won anything, but he probably wants
to. He was supposed to be up for the movie they did about the PTL scandal.
Right, okay.
I think he was up for. I believe he was up. He should have been up for.
So
it if he wasn't.
With the caliber of talent in this thing, coming into the fall, this is the prestige season. And as our good friend Bill Hammett once very, very wisely said to me, they want hardware for these films. These people want little gold statuettes for these movies, and rightly so. Sometimes rightly so. I think probably this is what we're going to see, and this is what you're going to see at New York Film Festival. This is what you're going to see at Mill Valley and AFI and those places, because these people, that's what they're going for. They're probably not going for big box office numbers. So it's almost like the opposite of the summer. It's more about the critical appeal. It's more about the prestige and what people are saying about the film than, what it's raking in at the box office. So it should be interesting. I think like all these films, with the exception of the horror films, I think, and as we get into October, November, December, it's going to be even more so.
Oh, yes.
They put these films out later in the year because they want them in recent memory for people who vote for awards.
Yeah.
When they come out in early part of next year.
Yes.
That's what this is, folks. These are not summer blockbusters, although we're going to get to some that's kind of sad.
We have left off a few of them that I think are instant, are going to be a couple of instant $1 million movies.
So you've been doing a great job. You can find Yasin's reviews on the website, which is norestfortheweekendpodcast.com. And I just want to say thanks for everyone who's been subscribing. You can follow us, subscribe on your favorite podcast app. And we've been getting more and more subscribers on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/getbehindtherabbit. So quick thanks to you, and a thanks to Yasin for joining me. And for the BTRP Media Network, I'm Jason Godbey. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
This is the BTRP Media Network.